this?
No, take a video.
Thanks all day, baby. Thanks all day.
Tank Davis and Lamont Roach's fight was already well known, but few anticipated how intense their face-off would get.
What?
Who said that? You said
My
what?
man over
You
there
said
said
what?
bet.
Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back?
Everyone
It all
left
kicked
the
off
Brooklyn
at the
News
press conference in
where
Brooklyn,
they were advertising
where they were
their
promoting their
WBA
lightweight title
which is
fight.
scheduled for March
The bout
1st
is set
at the
for
Barclays
March
Center.
1st at the Barclays
However,
Center.
It appears
but it looks
that
like everyone
had
has something to say,
and not
all of it is positive.
Again, the media like to hate him too. So, you know, I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really studying that too much. I'm not worried about narrative. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring. All right, brother.
With
Davis is the heavy favorite,
in his favor,
with betting odds
Davis
at
is
16
the
to
overwhelming
1
favorite.
in his favor.
Most people don't think he has a chance,
Roach
but he's not
stands a
letting that
chance.
stop him.
But he's
Rather,
not letting
it's
that get to
strengthening
him.
his resolve
Instead,
to disprove
it's fueling his
everyone
determination
and
to
demonstrate
prove
the world
everyone wrong
that he is
and
not
show the
someone to be
world he's
taken
not
lightly.
someone to.
Those people, so get ready for 2 fights. But yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140. And
Roach
During the
took
press
microphone
conference,
during
Roach
the press
grabbed the mic
conference
and let
declared,
everyone know he
"Everyone
wasn't
thinks
there to
I'm
play
just
nice.
here to lose."
Everybody
Locking
thinks I'm
eyes
just
with
here to
Davis.
lose.
They
he
see
said,
me as
locking
some
eyes with
underdog
Davis.
who's going to fold.
They see me
But
as
let me
some
tell you
underdog
something.
who's going to fold.
I'm a dog,
but let me
and I'm
tell you
ready to
something.
bite.
I'm
This
a dog,
fight
and
is
I'm
going
ready
to
to
shock
bite.
the world.
This fight
Took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog. And,
His Davis, who was only a few feet away, grinned but said nothing as the two fighters were called to the center for the face-off. But as they stood nose to nose and traded subtle insults, the tension just increased. Then Davis leaned in and muttered something that was obviously beneath the Roach's skin.
9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down in a night? You know that power occurred late.
I know you got some sneaky power. That's
In a post-conference interview, Roach expressed no remorse for disrespecting me and my father. He said, "I'm not letting anyone talk to me like that, not even Tank Davis. If he thinks he can intimidate me, he's got another thing coming." That moment set the stage for what transpired later that day, when he slapped Davis across the face. Davis, who is known for his fiery temper, didn't hold back as security held him back, shouting, "You're done, hear me done. That's the last mistake you'll ever make."
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
Thank everybody that played a part in it. My team, Roberto Diaz, Gary Jonas.
on my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking. How you gonna say it's cap? And it gotta be gonna say it's cap. I'm watching it.
Even if the odds are stacked against him, Roach maintains his confidence. "I bring a lot to the table." And he said, "I can adjust because I'm clever and gritted. Whatever it takes, I'll do it." The rivalry between Davis and Grew is not new. The two have a lengthy history together, having faced off twice in 2011 as amateurs, with Davis winning both times. Since then, they have engaged in innumerable bouts of sparring, and both men have closely monitored the other's professional development.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So
Crouch feels that Davis chose him as his opponent not so that he could win easily, but rather to silence those who were criticizing his recent decisions. "He knows that I'm no pushover," and Crouch stated that he's ready for a challenge, and he has won Davis, also known as Tank, who has been dazzling boxing fans with his spectacular, with an undefeated record of 30-28 in knockouts over the years. He solidified his reputation as one of the sport's most thrilling fighters. His next opportunity to demonstrate his supremacy comes on March 1st. In the 9th round, I'm going to end it. At the initial press conference before the fight, Davis boldly stated,
my whole family's from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah.
You'll just have to wait to witness Roach who has a record of 25 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 draw, as he knows he's the underdog in this bout, but isn't letting the odds deter him. March 1st is looking like it will be an amazing event. It will be a spectacular show with the same results as always. The two fighters have previously faced off twice in amateur competition, with Davis winning both times. However, according to Roach, there is a significant difference between amateur fighting, and now that we have both improved and added new skills to our game, there may be some tendencies. We are already aware of this, but I don't believe it will matter when it comes time to take the stage.
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to.
Both fighters have developed since their early days in the sport, and this battle offers them an opportunity to determine who is better, making the matchup even more exciting due to their amateur rivalry. Boxer Davis, fresh off his June win over Frank Martin with an 8th-round knockout, understands how to throw a show. He has a special place in his career at the Barclays Center, where he won his first championship in 2017. The energy there is incredible. Regarding violence in New York, Davis remarked,
We fought twice in the same tournament. So, we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals.
Davis said, I won my first championship here, and I have more followers from New York than almost anywhere else. This will be Davis's 4th fight at the Barclays Center, and he is excited to give his fans in the city another unforgettable performance. The energy of New York and the support of its citizens only fuel his fire. Roach, on the other hand, is facing a significant challenge by moving up 5 pounds to take on Davis. But he still believes in his abilities and sees this fight as a fantastic opportunity to display his skills on the biggest stage of his career. Even in a lower weight class, Roach is one of the boxing fighters Davis grew up with, and he's still doing well. Everyone will see that on March 1st, Davis stated that there is clear respect between the two, but that both are determined to win for Davis. Roach isn't just here to show up. He's here to win for Davis. This fight is another step in solidifying his legacy. Davis's prediction of a 9th-round finish adds even more drama to the fight. His confidence is evident, and his knockout record supports his claims. But Roach's faith in his own development and preparation sets the stage for a fierce clash of wills that fans can't wait to witness.
Able to solve Tank Davis, what do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're going to execute it, and we're going to get the
Move
results.
that head, bob and weave, bob and weave.
That go both ways.
Davis is using this battle as a chance to advance his career as one of the greatest fighters of all time, not only to defend his title. Despite all the focus, Davis intimated that his fans are talking during the build-up, when he casually remarked that retirement is on his mind. He knows the pressure that comes with being at the top, and his legend increases with every victory. Although he didn't go into detail, the idea of him leaving makes every argument more serious. Yet not everyone genuinely believes he's ready to leave.
What changed? What made you
Trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
The idea of retiring at such a young age is nearly unthinkable for Bernard Hopkins, one of the most respected boxing figures, who became the oldest world champion in boxing history at 49. Nevertheless, the man known as the Executioner also acknowledges the special route Davis has taken to get to his current position and the legacy he has built in the sport. Speaking to Fight Hype, Hopkins considered the possible effects of an early retirement and Davis's incredible career. For accomplishing what the majority of the greats in their era did, he deserves respect. Hopkins claimed to have achieved the greatest possible goal and to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
Hopkins's remarks draw attention to an intriguing difference between the two boxers' careers. Emblem of tenacity and longevity, Davis, on the other hand, has chosen a different route. With an undefeated record of 30-0 and 28 knockout outs, he is already regarded as one of the best of his generation. But his announcement that he plans to retire by the end of 2025 after just 3 more fights has generated a lot of discussion among fans and analysts. He didn't just fight into his 40s. He thrived, defeating much younger opponents and holding world titles well past the age at which most fighters retire.
And then you hope Tank, I know he's announced that he's retiring at the end of 2025. I don't know if you believe that or not, but
I don't know. I thought he was very sincere. I mean, like, sometimes the hunt...
Fed up with, yeah.
Maybe, but boxing can do that to you, I think, in general. So,
in response to the inevitable comparison between IRAs and the criticism Davis might receive for possibly not fighting some of his rivals, such as Shakur Stevenson, Hopkins stated, "I don't think that will ever go away or be dismissed from the conversation. Every era has fighters who didn't fight each other. The fact that Davis is reluctant to take on WBC champion Shakur Stevenson is one of the main arguments surrounding his possible retirement." When Davis mentioned Stevenson as a potential opponent earlier this year, the idea of a fight between the two gained traction. However, during the press conference announcing his fight with Lamont Roach Jr., Davis flatly rejected the notion that Shakur had accomplished anything in the sport. According to Davis, his remarks caused uproar, particularly when he stated that KH looks far better than this person and that the younger ones look better than him.
Shakur, what have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming it, and he haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
Davis's remarks reveal his opinion that Stevenson hasn't done enough to merit a confrontation between them, while Hopkins presented an alternative viewpoint, arguing that Davis's choice shouldn't diminish his legacy because he knows his path and will approach it in his own way. Davis's refusal to face Stevenson has led some to accuse him of avoiding a potentially dangerous opponent, but Hopkins stated that he's still young and that he might change his mind. Who knows? Something might happen in the next 1 or 2 fights that's an automatic repeat or something spectacular on his way out. Davis's aggressive knockout-heavy approach contrasts sharply with Stevenson's technical brilliance and defensive prowess, but Davis dismissed the notion that he was terrified of Stevenson.
Roach, but when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at these other fighters that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come but don't come at me.
Yeah.
And go, oh yeah, let's give it all, very big bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him.
Frightened by what Davis said to us fighters, if we are scared of someone, it must be someone who has the ability to strike and injure us. He has no offense. All is defense. In a measured manner, Hopkins said that supporters should respect Davis's decision to face Stevenson or not. If he decides to fight 1, 2, or 3 more times, let's respect that and hope it's the fights we want to see. Defense only wins in football, but that's not a win in boxing. Hopkins stressed that the thought of retiring at age 30 seems almost alien to a fighter like Hopkins who has battled for almost 30 years. But he also admitted that each boxer's career is unique.
Wish list, 3 names that you want 2025.
I won't say.
No. All right. Who?
Hopkins persisted in his fight because he believed he still had something to show to Davis, even if the outcome might have been different. Hopkins conjectured that Davis's decision to retire early might change based on his final 3 fights. Who knows? Hopkins also mentioned that something might happen in the next 1 or 2 fights that makes him want to stay, or perhaps he'll do something amazing on his way out. The difference between Hopkins and Davis also reflects broader changes in the sport during Hopkins's era. Fighters frequently kept up their professions due to necessity. Whether many fighters, like Davis, are in a better position to leave on their own terms today for financial reasons or because they felt unfinished. Davis's remaining time in the sport will probably be monitored and examined carefully.
But no, I said Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson.
Why you keep bringing up Shakur Stevenson? Mad fighters out here. I'm fighting Shakur. I'm fighting Lamont. You keep bringing up Shakur, bro. Get out of here.
With 3 fights remaining before his scheduled retirement, Fans are excited to see who Davis will face next, while Hopkins's remarks indicate that there may still be exciting matchups ahead. The Baltimore native's explosive style has made him a star, and his decision to return ire early only heightens the intrigue surrounding his career. But as Hopkins noted, respect is essential, and he achieved the highest goal that can be achieved. Hopkins also stated that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer for Davis, suggesting that his decision to retire at the height of his abilities may be about protecting his health, legacy, and finances.
But that's the problem. You marinate it and you don't get it when you don't want it. Now they're talking about tanking Lomachenko. I don't need tanking Lomachenko. I needed it like 4 years.
Given the potential for unforeseen events in his upcoming bouts, Hopkins and others have intimated that Davis's path to the ring may never truly stop. For the time being, his retirement plan is still open. Though WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson is scheduled to make his eagerly awaited comeback to the ring on February 22nd, the boxing world awaits to see what the next chapter holds for Tank, whether he faces Stevenson or not. Hopkins noted that Tank's legacy is already significant, so let's respect that and hope it's the fights we want to see. The everlasting Floyd Sheffield for Stevenson. This fight is another chance to cement his status as one of the most technically proficient boxers in the lightweight division. It is part of the undercard for the Huge Ball vs. Zero rematch in Riyadh, which is set to feature some of the sport's most exciting talent.
Shakur Stevenson. Shakur might have better defense, but at the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always power. We still haven't seen.
Boxing fans are already buzzing about Stevenson's fight with Sheffield. Sheffield is a rising star in the American boxing scene with an undefeated record and a style that combines power and speed. But Stevenson is the favorite due to his superior experience and outstanding defensive abilities, which are known for his keen ring IQ and range control. Before this battle, veteran trainer turned commentator Teddy Atlas expressed his insights. Stevenson has been recognized as a possible generational talent, and his meeting with Sheffield is anticipated to test both fighters and maybe pave the way for even greater confrontations in the future. On the lightweight class and Stevenson, when asked who he thinks is the best boxer at lightweight, renowned boxing analyst Pro Box TV Atlas chose Gervonta Tank Davis as the current king of the division without hesitation.
Boxing, me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Tank, now that he's in his prime, Davis is the guy. He can do anything, Atlas said, forgetting that he's the toughest puncher. He's also an amazing counterpuncher who can lay traps and use his legs when necessary. He's the whole package. Davis has earned his reputation as one of the sport's most dangerous fighters, with a flawless record and devastating knockout power, making him a fan favorite and must-see attraction. However, Atlas went beyond praising Davis's punching power to highlight the Baltimore native's versatility in the ring, tactical acumen, and footwork, qualities that make him a formidable opponent.
Show y'all something, and I want y'all to pay close attention. Tank's telling y'all he don't want to chase him around. Y'all want to see Tank knock people out. You don't want to see him chase somebody around the whole fight, because what happened when Shakur do it, when somebody chasing him around? It's boring. What's next for Tank? If anything is going to be Keyshawn out of them two.
As the topic of whether Davis could beat Stevenson came up, Atlas recognized the special difficulties presented by the WBC lightweight champion, saying, "He's probably the only guy I can think of beating Shakur Stevenson right now, because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult with his style. His ability to regulate range, his eyes, his legs, his hand speed. Stevenson is one of the sport's most elusive fighters due to his defensive mastery and ability to neutralize opponents. His accurate footwork and ability to control the tempo of a fight have drawn comparisons to some of the greatest fighters. But Atlas thinks that Davis's adaptability and fight-ending ability may hold the secret to understanding Stevenson's style."
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like, I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
Fans are excited about the possible fight between Davis and Stevenson, since both fighters are unbeaten and have different fighting styles that would make for an exciting encounter. The defense of Stevenson, although Steven has previously expressed interest in taking on Davis, the timing of this mega fight is still up in the air. Brilliance and tactical skill would square off against Davis's explosive offense and ring control. It's a fight that could change the lightweight division and perhaps produce a new boxing superstar. There's a slim chance that the fight will happen because Davis has declared his intention to retire by the end of 2025. If it occurs, it might rank among the most anticipated fights in recent memory and could even challenge some of the greatest lightweight contests in history.
He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay.
Although both fighters have their own paths to follow in 2024, fans and analysts alike are anxiously anticipating the day they square off. Atlas's recommendation of Davis as the man to defeat Stevenson only fuels the rumors as Stevenson continues to impress with his technical skills and Davis dominates with his power and versatility. As a result, 202 could be a pivotal year for both fighters and the lightweight division overall. For now, Stevenson's immediate focus is on Floyd Sheffield, but the possibility of a future fight with Davis still looms.
That's a great fight, you know. I like Tank. I think Tank is too strong at that weight for anybody. 40, but skill for skill, I think great fight.
Until then, Stevenson's fight with Sheffield in February will be a significant turning point in his career. A strong showing could cement his status as one of the sports elites and bolster the argument for a huge bout with Davis. But first, Tank will take on Lamont Roach in March. Who do you think will win that fight? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to like, and to receive more updates, subscribe.